Hey, Jay.
Hi.
Tonight is the skills competition. It's a nice chance for the players to maybe get together, have a nice, fun night and in front of the fans. How good is it to have an event like this tonight?
Well, I think it's really good for maybe a segment of the fan base that doesn't get to see the players up close all the time. And I know there's going to be a lot of young people in the building, and to see their heroes move around the rink in a fun manner, I think our fans are going to get a lot out of it for sure.
Do you think there's anybody that could surprise you as far as hardest shot, fastest skater, accuracy, or do you got a pretty good handle on who your team is?
I think I have a handle on, the skills of each one of our players, but you never know when it comes to a competition. Sometimes the cream rises to the top and you get a few surprises here and there. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens tonight.
Hey, Jay. How you doing?
Hi.
I've been gone for a while, so I haven't got a chance to really see Klim Kostin play. I just wanted to ask you about him and how he's kind of fit into your group.
First of all, how was the World Cup?
It was awesome.
Yeah, what an experience for you, professionally?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. So for Klim, I think he's somebody who I didn't know much about when he first came into our organization. He went to Bakersfield with a good attitude, worked at his game, waited for his opportunity. And since he's come into the fold in that game in Florida, I think he's had an impact. What's interesting about him is that he is different than some of the other players that we have in the organization in terms of the dimension that he brings to the team. He's found a little bit of a niche here by playing simple, straightforward, direct. He's a big man, goes hard to the net. He should feel good about where his game's at.
He seems a bit more physical than maybe as advertised. Like he's got that physical element to his game as well.
Yeah, he's a huge man, and so he's being encouraged to play a certain way. And sometimes, this happens all over the NHL, but sometimes you need a different opportunity and a fresh set of eyes in order to, maybe find your way. And, for our team here, we have a certain need, and he's helping fulfill that need.
Thanks.
DVD, welcome back. Jay, going back to the skills competition tonight, please tell me that the coaches gather around and put some money on the board on some picks.
We haven't yet, but that sounds like a good idea, Tony. We're going to meet post-practice to discuss what went on today, and that sounds like a good thing. I got to find out who's in each category, too.
I want to ask you about your power play. Right now operating at a historic rate. If it were to maintain the pace, it'd be the highest in NHL history. How much has the dynamic of Nugent-Hopkins and McDavid and their willingness to shoot the puck more factored into that percentage that we're seeing?
Yeah, I think when it comes to power play, what you want is it to be a form of toughness. If teams take liberties and are undisciplined against you, you want to make sure that it's one of the weapons in your arsenal to make a team pay for being undisciplined against you. So I think when it's operating at the rate that it is, teams take notice with that. That said, you're asking specifically about Connor and Nuge and their willingness to shoot the puck. I also hold the belief that all 5 players on the ice in a power play have to be a threat. It can't just be a one-threat power play. And I think our players do a really good job of not being predictable. I think the coaching staff works to try and find ways to beat different types of penalty kills, and but ultimately our players are the ones that go out and execute it. And some of these guys have been doing this together for quite a long time, so it's almost like they share the same type of thought process. And when you put that type of skill on the ice, sometimes you see what we're seeing.
Now focusing in on McDavid specifically, he leads the league in goals. Over the offseason, Leon Draisaitl said, I told him countless number of times to be more selfish. We're seeing that a little bit more. And that play yesterday, was that indicative of his willingness to shoot the puck in higher danger chances, and that's why he's leading the league in goals, right?
Sure. You know what? I heard something the other day, and I wish I could tell you where I heard it, or so that I could attribute it properly. But it was somebody talking about someone at the height of their field or the top of their game, and they said it's almost like living at the foot of Mount Everest, in that brilliance becomes commonplace. And so some of the things that this guy does, you know, we're privileged to have a front row seat. But the thing that I find most impressive about him was something I saw in practice today, how he came to practice today with the purpose of improving himself despite having given everything he gave last night to the game and playing 20-odd minutes the entire season. He came to work, he came to improve, he came to get the most out of his ability today. So those are the things I get to see and I'm spoiled by. The end result, the shot that you saw last night, fantastic. But kind of going back to that analogy, you know, it's almost like the brilliance sometimes becomes commonplace, but I think what we are all seeing is something special.
Jay, I wanted to ask you about Mackenzie Weegar's hit on McDavid there. What did you think after having maybe had a chance to see it a few more times, if you have?
Yeah, well, I saw it live. I thought it was, you know, it was close to our end there. I thought it was a penalty that sometimes in the heat of the action, you don't, or the referee makes a judgment call. He didn't think it was a penalty or not. When you rewatch it on video, I think you see, you know, somebody who made a cutback move so quickly that the other player didn't have the ability, like it was almost like he got in the way. I didn't see intent on the Calgary player. It happened. I thought it was a penalty. It didn't get called. You live with that stuff. And eventually when the other team did take an undisciplined penalty in the third period, we made them pay with the power play, as I said, a form of our toughness.
When something like that happens to Connor McDavid, we know he had the knee injury before. It did happen earlier this year. There was a real immediate response right in that moment. Were you okay with your team's response or lack thereof on that hit on Connor McDavid?
As I said, I didn't see intent from that player as that being a purposeful intent to injure somebody. I thought that play happened so quick that the player almost got in the way. And you know, it happened. I thought it was a penalty. I think in the end, as I said, when they took an undisciplined penalty, we made them pay with a form of our toughness, and we walked out of Calgary with 2 points.
Just wondering the status of Leon Draisaitl and Tyson Barrie. I didn't notice them practicing today.
Yeah, we're nursing a few little bumps and bruises today.
Will they participate tonight, or do you expect them available?
We'll see. If they didn't go on today, probably, you know, I doubt they'll be active participants in the skills competition tonight.
So further to Leon, like when a normal player goes 3 or 4 or 5 games without scoring, it's not that big a deal. When it happens to him, you wonder if everything's okay. What are you seeing from his game and his state right now?
You know, I thought he helped our team win last night. You know, I mean, you watched that second period. He had numerous chances that didn't go in the net for him, but he was all over it. You worry when people don't get the chances, and you know, he helped our team win a tight 2-1 game. You know, I thought both goaltenders played very well, and you know, he's a warrior. He's somebody who gives everything that he has to the team, and he helped our team win. Good, thanks, guys.